I found a lake trapped inside a volcanic crater. No roads, no villagers, nothing but silence. So I built something that was never meant to exist. A cursed village, made entirely of pale blocks. Every building has its own story, and none of them are safe. Let me show you what I built. This used to be a forest. Now it's pale, silent, like it never lived. The first thing I built was a hut for a fisherman who no longer exists. The walls, bone-colored. The roof, twisted wood and black stone. A dock still waits outside, but no one's fished here in years. Next was the Cartographer's hut. The shop downstairs still open. A torn work table, faded banners, and blood stained into the floor. Every map he left behind was covered in fog. This was the armorer's hut. A sloped roof, a modest blast furnace. But the fire went out long ago. No one remembers when it stopped burning. The toolsmith once worked here. I extended the eaves into quiet working corridors. The tools are still there, laid out, ready, but no hands have touched them in a long time. The weaponsmith's forge stood apart from his house. I linked them with an open corridor, added weathered copper accents, and fenced the furnace off, shaping a space that once bustled with fire and steel. Near the edge of the village, I built a simple watchtower. From up there, the village unfolds below, too quiet, as if something is holding its breath. In the heart of the village, I began with a fountain. Old stone and crimson hyphae woven together. Then came the first market stall. Skulls lined the counter like trophies. The second sold only wither roses. And the third, meat. I won't say what kind. The last stall sold mushrooms. With the market done, I turned to the leatherworker's hut. A slanted roof, a cauldron of lava, and banners marked with skulls. Beside it, a quiet lake. Above it, a guillotine, the blade, a simple hanging sign. On both sides, executioners stood watch. Behind them, a waterfall spilled into the lake. Looking up from the water, the whole place felt grave. With this section finished, I built an old bridge along the shore, linking back to the first fisherman's hut. Raised platforms stood at both ends, while pillars beneath held the bridge in place. Now the village and the volcanic lake felt truly connected, and far more unsettling. Then came the library. Hollow walls cast long shadows, a quiet space, once filled with thought. A tree still stands nearby, with chairs and tables left behind, as if someone had once read in peace. Now, only faint traces remain. After the library, I began work on the temple. A stone bridge stretched from the shore, reaching a sacred place, now long abandoned. Crimson hyphae wood marked the walls, a stark contrast to the rest of the village. Nearby, broken graves sank into the ground. No names, no offerings, just silence in something old. Then came the butcher's house, a single, solid structure built from two older ones. Behind it, a fenced pen for animals that were never seen again. Beside it stood the shepherd's house. A steep roof crowned the home, and fences marked a once lively pen. Now only weeds and bones remain. As for the shepherd, you probably don't want to know. After the pastures were done, I carved out vast rice fields, spreading along the volcanic lake, swaying in the wind. Two tall windmills stood at the ends, grain silos built for a village that is no longer in use. Smaller mills turned gently in the middle, as if still working, but the village was too quiet. No footsteps, no voices. Only the wind and the illusion that someone might still be here. After finishing the rice fields, I began building homes. Some stood wall to wall, like a shared shelter. Others, taller and quieter, watched over the village center. A few sat alone on the edges. No footsteps, no signs of return. Next came the Fletcher's tower, tall and rigid, its crimson roof cut through the mist. Beneath it, the air felt disciplined, almost military. It looked like a place for training, but the targets on the field weren't straw, they were soldiers. Then came the stonemason's house, a twin-gabled roof with a tall tower beside it, from which hung shards of ore and uncut stone. On the nearby cliff, I built hanging platforms, stretching the build into the depths below. Somewhere in that darkness, something might still be buried. As most of the village stood completed, I built a path of bridges along the volcanic lake. From one of them, I looked back at a village empty and still, silent beneath a thunderstorm, as if no one had ever lived there at all. The last structure I built was a bridge stretching across the volcanic lake, its shape intertwined with the shoreline, forming the eerie image of a giant eye, one that watches the village and now watches you. Pale Palm Village is finally complete, every block placed by hand. But as I look back from the lake one last time, I realized something unsettling. I could no longer tell if I came here to build it, or if I was always meant to stay. If this quiet, cursed village speaks to you, like it did to me, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Maybe we'll meet again in the next forgotten place.